Yeah. So the links, the comps, everything, you're going to definitely have that so you can be able to see exactly what you need to do. Okay,
Okay.
so let me exit the full screen real quick so I can get you to where we need to be. Exit full screen. So now we have the comps. So we've picked our three close comps, right? Now
Okay.
let's go pick what this is now what we'll be competing against in the market, right? So we have this
Yes.
active one, right? That's
Okay.
about the same size.
Okay.
It's got one more bedroom than ours, but we'll pick it because it's about the same size and it's
Yes.
only 0.15 miles away. The
Okay.
next one is 0.32 miles away. It's slightly bigger, but then again, this is a Rambler. So I feel comfortable selecting that. Built around the same year, I feel comfortable with that because it's close enough. It's only got one more bedroom. Higher, we can always adjust for that. This one is pending. I will not pick this, and this is the reason why. I can see from this picture, this is a fully renovated property.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to pick that because
Okay.
then I'll be making my client, giving my client a false hope at 550 that they can get that. The same
Okay.
thing goes for this one, but I could pick it just because it's only more and the dollar amount is still realistic. So I could pick that. That could be one that we could pick. So 4, 4, 3. But let's see if there's anything else that is closer to ours before we pick that one. Two more bedrooms, that might be a tough one. This one, 3, 2, that's close, but we have to adjust for another additional bathroom. But also, it's a little bit far away. And for it being this size, this price, this size,
Oh,
much smaller, it's not ideal.
okay.
So that tells me, without us even going further and further away, we have another one here that we could pick that could look close, a little bit bigger, you know. So this might be more ideal. Let's pick this one. So now we have three active properties that we're looking at
Mm-hmm.
and three sold. So you come here and you update your value and you close. Then it says adjust comps. So you click your comps adjustment. If you scroll down to the bottom, it gives you this is the average that you should be expecting for that property. And it gives
Okay.
the weight to each property based on what it feels that they're close to, right?
Okay.
And you can go through and you can adjust those and say, oh, do you think this one is very close or not? So you can change the weight for each property. That's a different class. We can I can show you that class, or now you make that determination at a different time. But for the purpose of what you're trying to do right now, I'm not even going to change anything. We're going to leave it the way the system has already said it is. We're not going to change anything at all. We're just going to say,
Mm-hmm.
okay, we know, though, that based on this, this is a newly renovated property. So we can change this and not make it that same weight. But again, I'm not going to make any changes. I'm just going to leave it like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it gives us an idea that in a perfect world, you're looking at $481,000 for your client's property. The question also now again becomes how we interpret this number and how we explain to him, and then how do we market this property?
How can
So,
we make it more?
uh, what
Like,
you
does anything factor in? Because, like, let's say there's like a lot of land. It has maybe more land than those comps. Like,
so
does that factor into the price? Even I mean, could that change the price, the estimated
it
price
could, it
based on
could,
the
but
size of the land?
it could, but not necessarily because we're talking about we're talking about the city. The average plot size, this particular your client's property is on 0.57 acres, which is probably usually a little bit bigger than most, but is the standard. So
What
let's
if
go
it's
back there.
double?
Your client's your
That's
client's property is not double.
okay. Never mind.
Yeah,
Got it.
the acreage of your client's property is 0.57.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So the first comp that we select is 0.43.
Mm-hmm.
So it's close enough. The next
Okay.
one is 0.53. Very
Okay.
close. The next one
Yeah.
is, oh, sorry. I'm sorry. My apologies. I'm talking about the wrong thing. Um, it's not showing the acreage. This is the square footage. So that's close, 8.1, 8,000. So yeah, so the square footage is very close as far as the acreage is concerned. This one is 0.35, it's a little bit smaller, right?
Yeah.
But then when you come to this other one, it's 0.28. This is standards of what is in the city, you know. So will that matter? Yeah, a client can say, yeah, but mine is bigger and all that kind of stuff. But what is the benefit of that being bigger? They can't build something else on there except someone wants to tear down the entire property and rebuild something bigger, right? But don't forget,
Yeah.
most lands or most lots in the city are going to be anything from a quarter of an acre to maybe an acre on average, right?
Yeah.
So what then you have to start getting into, okay, how much does an acre cost? 20,000, 30,000, all those kind of things can factor into it. But then the question is, whoever is buying this property, are they buying it for the land? And can you justify it? Or are they buying the house because they want to live in the house and they want to
Yeah.
renovate? Or are they buying it because they want to tear it down? Those could mean different things to different people. But for
Yeah.
the purposes of we want to put a house on the market in the city and we compare it to other houses next to us,
Uh-huh.
we don't want to get into all of those kind of things
Okay.
because that would not justify me saying that I want to sell my house for $1 million when nothing in the neighborhood that compares to what I'm selling are sold for that.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Right. So now we go to create the report and it gives you different options. You have a seller template or CMA template. Because this is for your seller, you can
Yeah.
do the seller template. If you want to just do it for the purpose of CMA, you can give them this one as well, because all it is just giving you a comparison. But there are different things that you can select. So I'm going to select the seller template because that will be what you want for your client. And you can put
Okay.
your client's name over here if you want to, or you can just leave it as that. Now, I'm just going to say continue. Then we're going to come over here on this side. You can have cover page and everything. Over here, it tells you, what's going to be included, map, price. If you want the basic facts of the property, it puts it on there, the CMA value, the CMA range, and even the refined value. The refined value is going to look like this. It's going if you look on the right-hand side, it's going to
Mm-hmm.
tell you what it thinks the house is. So if you look at that, that's the CMA value. So your refined value for the house is 453.
What
So what
what
does that
did
mean?
what happened to make the refined value that way? It
So
went down.
yes,
Like
the
what were the
refined value
factors?
is telling you that really and truly based on this property itself, based on the condition of the property, because
Ah,
this
okay.
system tells you if anything has been redone or new or any of those things based on all those values, except you want to change it and say you have a date, you have a new kitchen and all that kind of stuff. But based on what it knows and what we've told it, ideally this is where your value for that property is 453. Taking into
Okay.
consideration everything else on the market that is close by this property within a 1 mile radius, this you want to list this property for about 450. You might get 481. You might get to that. People might work themselves up to that if there's a lot of competition for the property.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what this is telling you. So it allows you to manage your client's expectation. When they're saying they want $500,000 for it,
Yeah.
there is nothing that they've done to that property that will make it 500,000.
Yeah.
Even right now, it might be difficult to get the 450. However, the way you break it down and explain to your client is this: listen, this is what the system is telling us. The value of your house is about 453. Ideally, when it comes to marketing, we do not want to be at the top end of what the value is. Even if they say, well, no, I don't agree with that. I want the CMA value. That's fine. We can
Mm-hmm.
still go with the CMA value, but whatever we list in the price for, because it's telling you the range of your CMA, it's telling you that based on the property that we want to sell, based on everything that is already sold in this market in a 1 mile radius, and based on what is on the market to be sold. The range for our property should be between 450 and 525. Sir, can we get 525? Yes. How can we get 525? We're going to have to spend money to redo some things in this house to get
Mm-hmm.
525. If you're not willing to spend any money and you want to sell this property as it is, then
Mm-hmm.
you need to be more closer to the 450 and hope there is enough competition and certain things that I'm going to do by doing open houses, hosting open houses, and marketing your property. We might be able to get a lot of people to come in and we can get to maybe the 481 or close to that 500. And the things that we need to do will include open houses, staging the house well, all of those things. There's some things that you can do right now, sir, if you want it. You're already moving out. So
Mm-hmm.
one of the things we can do is you can paint the entire house. But I'm sure based on what you said that you want to go ahead and give people $5,000. You don't want to spend that kind of money. You don't want to do that. So if you don't want to do that, if we need to sell this house and sell it quickly, the best thing we can do is get everything decluttered. You're already doing that because you're moving out.
Yeah.
Then we
Yeah.
can get it cleaned so it looks clean enough and habitable. But we cannot hide the fact that the kitchen is dated. We can't hide the fact that new carpet is needed, new painting is needed. All of those things, we can't hide that. And that's the reason why your house is closer to the 450 as opposed to mid fours or even to the fives.
Can I add some more information that might be pertinent here?
Sure.
Um, there is a gun safe
A
that's in the
gun safe.
basement. There's
Okay.
a gun safe it almost looks like it's a huge like uh a huge safe,
Okay.
like almost like a human length height.
Okay.
And he said that's gonna stay on the property.
Okay.
Also, there's a huge entertainment center
Okay.
um that's in the living room that he doesn't need it, so that's gonna stay on the property as well.
Okay.
Also, let me see what else. There's some cabinets and shelving that he's gonna leave as well. And also there's the security system that he's leaving in there.
Okay. All of
So I don't
those are
think that
great.
factors at all, but I'm just letting you know
All of
that
those are great.
that's staying.
Yes. All of those are
Hmm.
great. But unfortunately, none of those things brings up the value.
Okay.
They're more like you can market it on there and say, hey, um, clients living gun safe. If I'm not a gun enthusiast, that might not mean anything to me,
Right. I
right?
mean, it can also hold jewelry. Basically, it's a big safe. Maybe we won't say it's a gun safe. It's just
Yeah,
a
you can
big safe
you
for
that
whatever you want to
those are
put.
marketing things. So you can say
Okay.
something like you can market it and say, you know, uh, a multi-purpose, a built-in multi-purpose safe
Okay.
included.
Uh-huh.
Those are marketing extras, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you can turn around and say, hey, you know, multi-purpose, what do you say?
Safe.
Multi-purpose safe included in the property. Things
Uh-huh.
like that is enthusiastically appealing to people who are looking for, oh, I don't have to go and buy another safe or whatever, it's already in there. So you can do
Mhm.
that. Home entertainment conveys, or home entertainment unit conveys. Things like that. They are paying, but they don't necessarily bring the value of the property up. In fact, you might even be in the case that the lender could turn around when you put something like a home entertainment on there, because that is not fixed to the property.
Mhm.
They might actually ask you to put an addendum when you all go under contract to zero out the value and say that, oh, that home entertainment or anything else that is moving is $0, because they don't want, because again, for the loan purposes, they don't want an additional value to anything, because those are all considered personal properties. This
Yeah.
could be viewed in a different way because it's built into the wall, right?
The safe is not built into the wall, but it's he doesn't want to move it.
Okay, so that's another. So
Heavy.
all
It's
of
too
those.
heavy. These
So
things can be moved by someone, but
okay,
he doesn't want to take
so
it with him.
so again, just to answer your question in that area, those
Uh-huh.
are zero values then
Okay,
because
got it.
they're personal properties.
Okay,
You yeah, so there's no value to them to the listing of the house.
I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
even if you have a TV that is on the wall, again, when it comes, is of no value. Yeah, it's aesthetic because they don't have to remove it. Another is appealing. You buy them, I love that. But a lender could turn around and say, I need an addendum that says every one of these properties are zero. There's no value to it
So
because
yeah.
yeah, so
So,
so there's
so
really no value to it. Now, what I'm going to do
okay.
real quick before we run out of time. So we've
Yeah.
created this entire thing. I'm going to share with you now. I can because this could be shared even with your lender. So I'm gonna put your email address in there. Oops,
So
tell me
I can
again.
share this with my client too, or it's
Yes,
better
you can, but it's gonna have my name on it though. So if
my
you don't want my name on there, then you might not want to. You might just want to go back into RPR and recreate this whole thing.
that's okay. Just send it to me
Yes. So your email
and
is
then I'll figure it out.
your email is BETTINAA417, right?
Correct. Yeah.
At gmail.com. So I'm gonna send it to you. I'm just gonna say Bettina.
And this is
So
the seller and the CMA. There's a seller
this is
template
the
and
CMA.
the
This
CMA.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm sending you the entire CMA that we just created.
And that'll have the six properties, the three sold, the three active,
It has every single thing
and
we
all
yeah,
of these things. Okay.
yeah.
These numbers here. Okay.
I can even copy this. I can even copy it and text it to you. So if you want to send, if it's something that you want to send to your client and want them to have it right away, it's something you can send. You're gonna get in your phone in a minute once I send, click send. So
Mm,
these are things that you can easily just share with your client
yeah.
and that's it. They'll get it and you know, that's always the way you want to look at it, right?
Yeah.
If you want to do it, you can even download it and email it as different pages. It's going to look exactly like this. This is the reason why I say I don't want to send it to your client because it's going to have my information on there. Can you see my screen
But I
still?
can just I can just do exactly what you did
Yes,
under my
correct.
information
And it will
and
be,
it'll
yeah.
fit.
Can you still see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so it shows them exactly what every single thing is. If you keep going down, you start showing you the information of the properties. This is what you're going to get. This is what you're going to see. This is what your client's going to see. And it's telling your client right now that in that neighborhood, from in November and up until right now, you're in a seller's market. What that means is if your client agrees with you and you guys choose to market this the right way when it comes to pricing, this house could be sold very quickly. Very quickly.
Okay.
All right.
And in your
So,
personal opinion, it would have to fall between 453 and 481K,
yes.
which is that refined value versus the CMA value.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I'm getting out of I'm going to stop recording so
Yeah.
that we can I'm just